And hello, my sweet Netherlings. Gather round, welcome, come on in. It's lovely to see you coming back in here today. If it's your first time stopping by after this morning's coffee date, well then, it's good to have you here. And of course, if you are returning after a little bit of time apart, if it's your first time stopping by today, well then, it is lovely to have you in here. Get comfy, get cozy, get warm, wrap a little blanket around yourselves, because you know that we're in for a little bit of story time. We're in for a little bit of cozy, comfy, maybe a little bit clingy. I feel a little bit clingy this evening. Atmosphere. Oh goodness, but I do hope that you have spent a good amount of time resting between last stream and this one. I've been a busy little bee, and by busy little bee, I mean I had a nap. I had a nap. I had nap. I had nap. I had little nap, like little 40-minute nap. I honk-shoed. Oh goodness. Okay. Nap is good. He's finally sleeping. Right. Literally, I have like one thing to do after this stream. I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say, hey, let's get this done in like 5 minutes, 10 first, you know? And heck, let's go. And there we go. And we're back. There we go. We're back. Don't worry. Don't scream. Don't cry. Everything's good. Let's get this done. The internet went down for like 3 seconds. Don't you worry. We're back. No one panic. It's all good. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. All right, but let's not dwell on it. And of course, Zaylin, Zoe, thank you for the 2 months. Greetings, Danny and the Netherlands. Hope everyone is doing well. Indeed we are. We're getting ready for a nice, chill, little cozy game, everyone. So be sure to do the thing. Be sure to get in here, relax. Enjoy. Oh goodness, we missed you. It was only a few seconds. That's like the first time that's done this in a little bit. So heck, we'll see. We back. Internet took a little nap. It does do that. No Uno time. We haven't had to play Uno in ages since we started running off my gaming laptop. We haven't had to do Uno for a damn long while. Which, by the way, I absolutely love. Damn, and then ad blocked, I swear. No, guys, don't use ad, never use ad block. No, don't use ad block. You're so sexy. Haha, use it. So, I'm not. Use it. I fucking do. I know we're not meant to say that, but I don't give a shit. Like, I use ad block so fucking much. I use it for everything. Like, here, I use it for YouTube constantly. Like, I got my freaking Oprah Direct ad blocker running. I knock that so much. I bump that so much. I bump it like it's Coke in the 90s. Like, oh my days, I use that for everything. Slay. Like, honestly, I know we're not supposed to say that, but oh well, I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I'm beyond being a hypocrite. And Spades, what's up, Spades? Thank you for this. Hi Zanny. I bought a photo card of you to work for emotional support. Praying the old people at my office don't ask about it, but we ball. If they do, tell them I'm a funny internet man. Tell them that. Tell them I'm funny internet man. They'll get that and then just be fine with it. Okay, that's the way it'll happen. Just tell them I'm funny internet man, and they'll just keep going. Or tell them it's the animes. It's some of those Japanese cartoons that they've heard about. Tell them it's some of those Japanese cartoons. Sorry, I was a little overheated. I need to ditch a layer real quick. And let's go. Let's hecking go. In case in class, so I can't hear what he's saying, but I'm going to assume it's something funny and charming as always. Correct. How incredible. How incredible. We love that. We love that. Now, what do you say we all gently sidle on over? I take you by the hand. I pull you ever so close. You know, I make sure that you know, I've got a nice little arm around your waist, right? And I gently walk you kind of like with your hand in my hand, but my hand kind of with the thumb pressing into like the center of your palm, just so like there's that little bit of reassurance that I'm there, that we walk towards the void. How's that? A very like Silas-esque walk, you know? How's that? And Party Princess Sassy Simone, thank you for the super. Hi, Zanny. I'm almost done with Confessions of a Rotten Zanny Art. It's so cute and accurate to who you are when it comes to BL and shipping. Oh, we love it. We love it. We love it. Thank you very, very much, Party Princess Sassy Simone. And of course, thank you for the hard work on your art. Much appreciated, of course. Of course. Cheers. And that's Letha? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, damn charming. Well, I mean, what could I say? I can't help it. It's void time. What do you say? Now, darling, hold close, okay? Hold close to me, okay? I know you can get lost quite easily, so what I'll do is I'll just keep you very, very close to me so you don't wander off. How's that? I know I can't trust you not to get lost on your own, okay? I'll just take care of you, you know? Here you go. Right this way. And here we are. Here we are. Welcome to today's game. There we go. And pull this here. And there we go. Make me a little bigger. Ooh, perfect. We made it all the way to today's game. Isn't that wonderful? You don't understand how much I'm excited to see you play this game. I love it so much. It's my first playthrough. I'm going through completely blind. So let's just see what happens, right? I'm hyped for this. Why the Netherling's dying? What did he do? His best. His best. But what do you say we hit the go button? What do you say we hit the go button and see what magic occurs? Huh. Hi, VOD gang. Hi. Oh, Edith Finch. Oh, we've got a little cast on her arm. Oh. Now, I did get told there was one scene of this game
isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that.
Where we have to mute it because of the music. But that's it.
The house.
Oh. Is this like a diary? Oh. Because apparently if
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Oh, that's a really beautiful home. A mailbox.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Okay. How's the volume, everyone? That sound good?
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Hey, bruh. Shh. Hi, Zanny. Sheesh. Sounds good. Nice, nice. Good, good. I'm getting better at eyeballing the volume.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Oh.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
The Finches. I'm always like a little bit, I don't know. I'm always a little bit suspect of like the houses in the middle of the forest. I'd love to move to a place like this. But like, I would also be suspective myself, you know?
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Also, shout out the fact that they put the little like floating subtitles up there because of the fact that like, you know, My dumbass can't hear without subtitles. Oh, the stag. What a cutie.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Whoa. Idea of the...
The house was exactly like I remembered it,
What?
the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Okay, there is no way that is structurally secure. There is no way in hell that is structurally secure. Is that OSHA approved? My days, who signed off on that? Who in the world? Who in the world? Goddamn! I mean, it looks very cool. I mean, it looks very cool, but one of those struts going, you know, the tower's gonna look like Humpty Dumpty. I love this house, but it's dangerous. Oh, foxgloves. Oh, I like foxgloves. I love foxgloves. Shout out foxgloves. I saw some art with me loving some foxgloves. I love foxgloves. I actually love them. It's really cool. Did you know foxgloves are one of the few varieties of plants that are acceptable to grow in your garden because of how they look? But they're also capable of poisoning people if you actually manage to, like get the extract from them and boil it down into a refined version. They're actually one of the few plants that you can casually grow that you can turn into a lethal poison because it slows people's hearts down.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Yeah, it's a cozy house. Good job, Zanny.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were.
Yeah, foxglove
I was
extract.
afraid of the house.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I might be wrong, but some like native cultures actually used to use foxglove extract as a type of medicine to slow people's hearts, and now it can be commonly used as a poison. Ah, do you think the
I
key
hoped the
unlocks
key
the front
might
door?
unlock the front door. It didn't.
Oh, we wouldn't be that lucky. Of course we wouldn't be that lucky. Well, time to check if there's a back door. It's so dark out as well. It's like got that grey tone to it. We still use foxglove extract to treat high blood pressure. Deadly foxgloves. Hey, deadly foxgloves. Thank you for the 10th of support on our live stream. Love you too, Zanny. Why, thank you. Why, thank you. You're my favorite poisonous plant. Do you think we can crawl in through the dog door? Oh.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Ah. Of course, the power's off. All right. The night we left,
For
though,
the first
what?
time in years.
January 2010. So we left in January 2010. The calendar's not been updated for then. And who lived here? Eddie, Dawn, Lewis, Milton, and Edith. Milton. Ugh, unfortunate name. Milton.
I felt like I was home.
Milton. Immediately, I'm suspicious of the amount of bottles of wine that are on the counter. We walk into the kitchen of the deserted house. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 bottles of wine on the main counter alone.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Oh. Like, you guys know I'm pretty good at picking up context clues. And the canned tuna? That's a bit strange. A woman in her 40s lives here. Oh no. Oh no. Shots fired from the
Like how
chat.
after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon.
Oh,
Except our
canned salmon.
cat, Molly.
Okay, so let me check though. The bottles don't seem to be opened though, which is a little bit sus. So the bottles aren't opened. They're just sat there. So they're full bottles sat on the table. Empty plate. A recipe for apple pie. I love apple pie. Just letting you know, there are two things that you could convince me to... To the yanderes out there, if you want to kidnap me and get me into the back of the van, I've told you guys that's already fine. But apple pie or cheesecake, that's how you lure me into the back of the van. Edith, Eddie, Lewis, Dawn. Oh, a Chinese place menu, right?
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house. So we had
Imperial
Chinese a lot.
Palace. Imperial Palace. An egg, Camille. This game is really interesting and peculiar in the best way. I love it to bits. I hope you'll enjoy it, Zanny. Why, thank you. Why, thank you very, very much. I do really enjoy getting to play, like, new games or, like, games where I have to...
too much of it. Like a smile with too many teeth.
Looks so cool! Speak of the devil, right, Camille? Speak of the devil. Thank you for the silver. This is so cool. Tasting Thailand. Weird recipes. Witch's kitchen. The smoke in the forest. A Viking's belly. The Nordic cookbook. Ooh. Okay.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
The last night. What happened on the last night? Something's happened. Danny, when you get homemade apple pie, do you like yours with ice cream or whipped cream? Neither. I like them with custard. What happened to
My
missing?
mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Oh. Oh, it happened to Milton. Custard, not mustard. British custard man. Also, RIP to Milton. Maybe he wouldn't have been kidnapped if you didn't give him such a terrible name. I mean, let's be honest. You really gave him a name that wasn't going to help him in the meta. Oh.
Great Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara,
Oh.
along with the rest of the house.
Well, I'm sorry. Maybe they shouldn't have named him like he was an American farmhand from the 1700s.
Even the fireplace had a story.
Sounds like he's from Of Mice and
Edie
Men.
told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Oh, it's oh, are we on a lake? Zanny, stop. No, I'm bullying the name Milton.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Aww. Food? The night we...
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Not even gonna lie, this place is not messy. It's pretty clean. It's cleaner than the room I'm living. Eddie's in a wheelchair. Right? Eddie? Wait. Eddie's sick? Because Milton was missing. Where's that family picture we saw? It was on the refrigerator. Wait. Oh, Edie. Edie. Wait, I'm dyslexic as fuck. It's Edie. It's the old lady. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm dyslexic as hell. I thought that was Eddie. What the hell's wrong with me? Edie. There we go. Edie's the old lady. Of course, she's... Yeah, no, totally.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great Grandma Edie living in a
There
nursing
we
home.
go. I can't read. Huh. They were eating Chinese food. They were eating Chinese food. Something happened. They all have to pack up and leave that same night. They left the books, the wine bottles, they left shelves, plates, food. They left everything behind that night. They left everything behind that night for some reason. Something happened that made them leave
After Milton
everything.
disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Okay. Mom went through some trauma from Milton going and disappearing. Why did she seal up all the
My
bedrooms?
Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
What? Oh, there's trauma here. Oh,
As a kid,
there's
I just
trauma
assumed
here.
Every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Oh. Oh, there's some trauma here. Oh, woo-wee mama, there's some trauma here. Oh, there's... Oh. There is... we will deal with that room in a second. One thing at a time, baby. There is Molly. Molly...
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
It's 2010. Most of these people have died 50 years ago. Wait. So when they die, they don't just move on. They seal up their bedrooms with, like, cork and lock them up? And that's why there are new rooms on the top of the house? They just build new rooms?
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Oh.
I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Oh, that's awkward.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
20,000 leagues under the sea? Maybe it's here. Oh! Shit.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Mom?
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Mom? What's the deal, mother? Mum? Mummy? Mother?
From the paintings on the wall,
Madre?
it's clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Yeah, no, I don't have a plan. I'm going
But I had
gung-ho
no
with
idea
this.
what was behind that door.
Oh, this is one of the sealed off bedrooms, right?
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Molly. Yeah! This is Molly's sealed off room. We saw this from the outside with the peephole.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here. Before my mom sealed the doors.
Ooh. Molly.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
No.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
No. Oh.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Oh. No, not the fishies.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Yeah, no, don't eat the fishies. Don't eat the fishies. Gerbil food's our limit. It's so dark. Let's get out of here. There must be something in the bathroom, right? Oh, not toothpaste. Berries.
I I ate a lot of things that night.
Oh, spots on her hands. She's not well, right? Are those normal freckles or is she sick?
I kept eating and eating.
See her hands? There's like little spots on her hands. Those don't look like normal freckles though.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Oh, don't eat the bird. Oh no.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly,
Oh, we're a cat?
I was a cat.
Wait, what? What the damn hell?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
What the fuck? No. Oh, I'm getting the hang of this. Oh, I'm getting the hang of being a cat. Ooh, meowdy. Nya. 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 𝓂𝓸𝓾𝓻 back at it again. Nya. Nya. Nya.
I jumped and I almost got her.
Nya. 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 Yeah.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up.
Oh, no you didn't. You fell.
And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Look at this.
Rabbits.
Rabbits. Oh, what?
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Oh, there is something going on here. Fun fact, mistletoe berries cause hallucinations. Hey, Deadly Foxglove, thank you for the sub. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome to the stage, Zander Featherbrand. Indeed, indeed. And of course, Deadly Foxglove, thank you very, very much. I'm guessing we're going through a bit of a trip right now. I don't know. There's a lot more to this than meets the eye. There is way more than this than meets the eye. There's a mama rabbit. There we go. All mine.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
Oh.
And suddenly, I was a shark.
Oh. Ow. Ow. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh,
I
God.
rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Oh. Rennie, thank you for the 5 months. You're playing my all-time favorite game. I hope you have as much fun with it as I do. Why, thank you. I'm still kind of sussing it out slowly as I go. We're going to kind of like the first
juicy seals.
little sequence here, but... There we go. Is she eating during her trip?
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Something fucked up is happening. That's the thing. I know this is a hallucination. And I know that this is probably a cover for something really fucked up happening. But it's figuring out exactly what.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What are we? Oh, we have a tentacle? We have a tentacle. Oh, goodness, Chris A, thank you for the 5 months. I stayed up all night playing this game once. It's quite the roller coaster. We have fun and I'm looking forward to seeing your take on things. Why, thank you. Why, thank you very, very much. Cthulhu time. Oh, so we've got the little tentacle. Zander tentacle brand. Perfect. Perfect. Living the dream. Oh, oh. Wait. Oh. We drag ourselves.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
The Captain Finch. Captain Finch. Are we a monster? We don't need to be a monster.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Yeah, give him a little, give him. Oh shit, fuck. Oh.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Oh, I hear a drunk guy. Wait, could I tie my tentacle in a knot? Nice. Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. Early in the morning. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Oh, bloody hell. Demon pirate Zanny. This way, tentacle. This way. Guide me. That was brutally graphic. But listen, what do we do with the drunken sailor? Feed him to the tentacle monster. Hey there, buddy. Nice pair of feet you got there.
I was still hungry.
I'm gonna eat ya.
Water and swelled into new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Snake Zander ASMR spoilers. Oh yeah, no, if I was gonna do Snake Zander ASMR, then what I'd do if like me is like a what was it, like a Lamia or a Naga or something like that, then I would just like pitch shift my leather wallet to give it like the sound of creaking and like have you be gently constricted by my tail. That's what I'd probably do. They'd be like those solid sounds because I can just pitch shift that really easy. I've done that before for like different things.
I got closer and closer.
you know, maybe I'd turn around and do something like I'd pitch shift the leather to make this the creaking sound of like you being squeezed. And then I'd probably add in like, probably like a heartbeat and have it so that when the squeeze happened, the heartbeat kind of gently came prominence, like you were being like squidged, you know? Oh, is this our room again? Are we back in our room? We are. Okay, this is clearly metaphor with some kind of food metaphor. Okay.
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time.
Did we eat?
I couldn't hear anything.
Wait, can we...
I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Oh, bloody hell. Molly Finch had something seriously bad. Wait, can we check if the food is still... Okay.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
1937 to 1947, 10 years old. Ah. Can we check if the food is still in the gerbil cage or if it was
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Okay. Okay, but the food isn't in the gerbil cage anymore. Which means that some part of that sequence was real.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Okay, but there's also a jellyfish plushie
I can't
there.
describe it, but
with tentacles.
I felt like
so
some part of Molly was still here.
I'm guessing she hallucinated the eating sequence. And the jellyfish plushie is where she got the appearance of tentacle monster from. Can we open this door? No. Because if we think about it, right, everything that she saw in the vision, she would have seen around the room, right? Because she has the berries. There's an owl on the door, which is what she would have become. There's an orca here, which could very easily be confused by a shark for a shark by a 10-year-old. There's a shark right here, actually. There's a shark right here. She would have walked out of the bedroom, seen... like the bird, the shark, the owl. Everything in her room is incorporated into her vision in some way. All of the animals are. I think she must have taken the berries. The berries must have given her a trip. The fish isn't in there anymore, and there's no skeleton on the fish, which is there. Because the cat? There was a cat right there.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
Yeah.
We have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
Understandable, understandable.
So, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Oh. What's the
When
animal
Edie
shape?
told
Mother
people
animals.
Sven was killed by a dragon,
Oh.
she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Killed by a dragon. Dragon kills Finch. Tragedy strikes. Finch family on celebration turns to
One
won't
summer,
go.
they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Hey, nice. You know, this entire, like, cabin reminds me, and it's a completely unrelated game, but this entire cabin reminds me of the bird leg cabin from Alan Wake. Built 1937. Finch.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Love Alan Wake. It's one of my hyperfixated. What the? Who decorated? Right, who let Sharpay decorate the bathroom?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
It was a pretty big trace.
Right? What the hell? What the hell? Oh. Oh, wait, what? Secret passage? There's a secret in this bathroom. How unsubtle.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look.
Okay.
It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Bloody hell. Okay, but who puts carpet in the bathroom? For real, for real. Alvin Finch, born April 25th, 1950, died September 23rd, 1960. 61? 11 years? A swing.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished.
Oh.
He never put it down.
Oh. What is with this child mortality rate? Seriously, what is with the child mortality rate in this place? It's like a British factory in the 1800s. What? Oh. Oh, is this the double ooh. Oh. Fort Sam, Fort Calvin.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Command
I guess my
Center.
grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Yeah, no, this doesn't seem like history. This seems like not wanting to move on. Or not wanting to deal with the past, I should say.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Oh, hey.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And
Ooh.
he did.
Oh, we're
At
swinging.
barbecue
Hell
night,
yeah.
We swore.
Oh, I used to love the swing as a kid. I used to love the swing
he
as a
wasn't.
kid.
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
We used to get told when we were kids that if you managed to swing over the bar, you'd go into another dimension. That's what we got told. Whoop.
But that day,
Ah.
he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
Oh, you were trying to go around again. Wait, there's a
If I
cliff.
hadn't said that,
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Oh,
maybe
fuck.
if the wind hadn't picked up,
Oh, no.
then maybe he'd still be here.
Oh, no.
I think he'd already made up his mind.
Oh, no.
That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to
Oh.
fly. He did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Like, call me insensitive, but what moron builds a child's swing on a cliff? Like, who does that?
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Right. Okay, good. Good to see I'm not the only one thinking that, chat. Good to see I'm not the only one being like, oh, well done, well done. What kind of 2 IQ play was that?
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Oh, what is this? Oh, hey, it's a caterpillar. Oh, hey, it's another secret this place... I want a house with this many secret passages. Oh, my goodness. When I get old, I'm going to get a manor and then fill it with secret passages. And then, when I start getting up there in years, I'm going to tell all of my, like, nieces and nephews and children, if I've had any,
a pretty tight fit.
that I died.
They'd
And I'm going to
obviously
fake
been
my
built
own
for
death.
Smaller hands and bellies.
But what I'll do is I'll tell them that they have to stay in my house one night in order to receive the inheritance and own the place. But I will actually be sneaking around that place the whole night, trying to scare them. And I'll rig the entire place up to make it give a series of shocks and
I always
scares.
thought of Barbara as a child star.
I'll put on, like, the Scream mask as well, like Ghostface, and, like, pretend to hunt them. And what will happen is I'll essentially test them throughout the night.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
And depending on the type of character they display when put in what they presume to be life or death situations will determine who my true heir shall be. Happy birthday, Bablana? Barbara. Dreadful stories.
Of all the stories people
Barbara
wrote about Barbara's
Finch.
death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Ugh. Surprise ending of Barbara.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
Oh, shout out the full quality colourful patches on the
As
left
a
side.
child star, Barbara was famous for her scream.
Oh, she was a scream queen.
16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
Oh,
But
too
in
young for a
lucky
scream queen.
break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed.
Oh, is this the bathtub bit?
Her
This
scream
might be the bathtub
hadn't
bit.
aged well.
Oh. Oh.
Getting better.
Oh.
I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room.
There's 2 copyright
So
segments.
Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention
I don't mind not taking.
was cancelled.
I don't mind taking the copyright
Okay,
hit
I'm
for the
hearing
one that
frustration,
just
but I'm not hearing
is like
terror.
normal, not giving me
What
ads.
if I tried?
It's the one when it restricts who can view. But I'll like mute.
Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right. Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages.
Ah.
There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Oh.
I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Go ahead. They'll just tell you that this call is coming from inside the house. Go ahead. The call is coming from inside the house.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Oh, wait a minute. This is actual, wait, I actually know this audio. Wait a minute. This is actual, wait a minute, wait, this is actually mutable. I know how copyrighted this sound is. I heard the first 3 notes. Wait a minute. It's the fucking, it's fucking Scream. It's the fucking Scream audio. I know how copyrighted that is. It's fucking Halloween. I know how copyrighted that is. Wait, I know that blasts your ass. Listen, I was talking big before, but I know how much they whoop your ass over these sounds. I know firsthand. I played Dead by Daylight, okay? They were ready to pimp me out over this noise. They were ready to pimp me out over this. I was gonna, I was ready. Oh, no, listen, there are 2 things that scare me, okay? There are 2 things that scare me in this world, and that is God and the lawyers behind the copyright behind some of these classic horror films, okay? Roar! We hit him with the crutch. Okay, we good.
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick.
And spiders.
I'm
Yeah, and
furious.
spiders.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out.
It was playing the do.
Barb.
Copyright Haunted
Did you
House for
see my other
VTubers.
crutch?
And
It's the only one that scares me. I see
when
the
she fell asleep watching the late picture show.
more games should have
Later.
a copyright/stream mode. I work at a major label.
Walter,
I mean, all
what's
the
going
information is
on
done
up there?
fairly automatically there.
Ah!
Facts.
Okay, I'm coming up. But if this is a trick,
I mean, let's be real. If even FIFA can manage it, you know. Oh no, it's back. Oh, skibbity, it's back. Oh. La la da 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 da. I knew it's like fucking Jason. It keeps coming back. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on. Okay. Oh, what is that? Oh, Creek. Bob returned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. Oh, he was quite smashing. And whoever he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara. Let's just, we'll just scamper through here. We'll scamper through here. That night, Barbara played her part beautifully. Okay, finish this chase music segment, please. Please, just abandon Walter. He thought about just abandon Walter. Just do it. Let's leave him. Just leave him. If anything, having a serial killer stalk you is kind of a compliment. You know, it means that you're very stalkable. Go on, hit him in the head. Go on, do it. Oh, see, you killed him. Perfect, you killed him. Good work, love. Good work. Great work. Can we get rid of this now, please? You're killing me. He was not moving. Since the story might not be over yet. Oh, come on. It's fat. Darling, could you get killed already? Oh, bloody hell. Okay. When we open the door, everything's gonna be fine. When we open the door, come on, just get the door. Are we good? Are we good?
House.
Are we good? It was coming from inside the house. Oh. Oh. Oh dear. That feels like... What?
The monsters had come to surprise her.
What?
For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
What?
Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night.
Oh.
And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard. But that's
Walter.
another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her.
What?
Her ear.
Oh, they...
A real eerie tale.
And I like this pumpkin guy. I like him. I like him. He's got he's got a little bit of the mojo to him. I like that area. Hey, three cheers for the
Edie
pumpkin
told me
guy.
all Barbara
Ears for the
wanted was
pumpkin
to be
guy.
remembered. As absurd as that comic was, maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
I mean, not gonna lie, that does feel like a happy end. That's the big thing, though. So many child stars get like burnt out. Like how can you be fucking 16 and be told you're washed up as like a horror movie actress? You know, like how can you, like, I don't know. It feels like that's such a young age to be like, oh, you're washed up at. But then at the same time, like, that's like such Macaulay Culkin vibes, you know? Wait, do we have boobs?
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Wait, open. Wait, do we have boob? We have... Wait, is this booba? We have booba. I didn't realize we could see the rest of our body if we looked down. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Huh. All right, basement key it is then. We'll just keep on keeping on, I suppose. When in doubt, keep on keeping on. Wait. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it in case I'm wrong. Are we... 𝓂𝓸𝓾𝓻? Pregnant? Pregnate? Pregnate? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's like January in this game, isn't it? Maybe we're just carrying a little bit of Thanksgiving weight. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to assume. I don't want to assume. We seem to be... I mean, you know, I know how I can be after a Christmas period, you know? Are we in the family way? Are we with child? No wonder we struggled to get through the doggy door. Bloody hell, no wonder we did. Too round to be chubby? That's true. We seem to be quite far we seem to be quite far along. I wonder if the baby's head is engaged yet.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Bloody hell. Like, we seem to be quite far along.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Crawling through those passages, we so uncomfortable. Right! Right. I can't believe you saw booba before belly. Would you believe when I look at a person, my first thoughts aren't, are they pregnant? You know, but believe it or not,
She was hiding presents.
yeah, no, I figure that booba is not everything. Oh, a light
Turned
bulb.
out she was hiding a lot more than that.
It's so dark. I'm gonna cough. Give me a second.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone.
Where the hell? It's so dark down here.
She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Ah. Oh. Is this a... This is like a bunker. There we go. Fully
If there's a
immersive, coughing because
pattern
of
in all
dust.
these
Yeah.
stories,
Hell yeah. Ooh, grape jelly. This kind of reminds me of like City of Ember.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Wait a minute. This is like a bunker. This is not enough food to last for an elongated period of time. You need to at least have 3 years of food after a nuclear disaster, don't you? Walter. City of Ember. Yeah, it was this movie that was out when I was a child about an underground city that was available after essentially the world ended. All of the people retreated to an underground city, and they like had these huge like repositories of like food, but they had to ration it out. And the story was about essentially all of the food starting to run out, and like the rationing getting harsh and stuff like that. And like this old woman had like a really emotional scene where she hadn't tasted like canned peaches since she was a little girl.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was the generator. Yeah, I remember now. Sorry, it's been almost 20 years. Oh, I hate can openers.
But after
As a
few
left-handed
days,
person,
I settled into a routine.
I hate can openers. I hate as a lefty, I fucking hate can openers. I fucking hate them. They're fucking terrible.
That's
They're
what
not
you're
made for
saying.
left-handed people. They're always shit to use. I hate them. 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 They're terrible. They never open cans for me. I end up just stabbing the top with a knife and then just forcing it and ripping it open. That's what I do. I stab the top with a knife and then I rip it open.
I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough,
1976.
you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door.
Oh, here we
starts
go.
to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Hey, Brittany, thank you for the support. As a fellow lefty, I agree so much. Right can openers are so trash.
And then one day,
I've never been able to find a good set of can openers. Even the fucking left-handed can openers, they're left-handed can openers are garbage. They're a fucking lie.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone.
Left-handed can openers are a fucking lie. They're so dumb. They don't even do the thing. They don't do what they're meant to do.
I'm tired of being afraid.
It just means it's harder to find left-handed stuff. No, it is! It is! I can't find left-handed scissors for the bloody life of me.
Now. The longest.
I wish your cans had pull tabs. Same. I won't buy cans if they don't have pull tabs. Like,
I'm done waiting.
Same with scissors. Thank you, Brittany. You're validating me here. Brittany, you are validating me here like you would not believe. I know there is lore happening in game right now, but you are validating me like you would not believe. Okay, I love pull tabs. I will not buy a can unless it's a pull tab. I will not. I refuse. I don't care if, like, the can has what I need in it. I will not. I will categorically, metaphysically, certainly, enthusiastically, hyperbolically fucking not buy a can if I have to use a can opener. Ring pulls only. Ring pulls only or get the fuck out, okay? My cat, trust me, okay? Trust me. We live in a two-class can society. Ring pull on top, and not ring pull don't exist. They no rights. Don't exist. Gone, okay? Gone. When my cans are born, I ask, is it a ring pull or is it political? That's what I say.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara.
I hate that that's one of the things that I get actually fumed about. I hate that something I will actually get, like...
And Calvin.
I hate that something you've discovered something I actually get fucking
Maybe
turned
this is
over.
all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Oh, we left.
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
Aww. Okay, the guy actually did have a moving on journey.
I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Oh, we do. 2005. Well,
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
what the hell? When did he leave in 2005? March? April 1st, 2005 would have been when he left, because March is crossed off. For ginseng. Brazil mention. Brazil mention. Brazil mention. Brazil mention. Brazil mention.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
You guys don't mind if I nudge the brightness up a little bit. It's just getting my eyes just a touch. Just a touch. Actually, how do I even... Here we go. Oh, that feels nicer. That feels so much nicer.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Hey, Brittany, thank you for this. Born left-handed, forced to be right-handed. Is that not just a mood?
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
That is such a fucking mood. Thank you for this.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Oh. Oh, so he did actually go
Now
onto
that
a
there's
train
only one of
track.
us left,
Did he let himself get
too.
splattered by a train?
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else.
So that wasn't a metaphor.
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem.
Oh, him getting hit by a train wasn't a metaphor. It was...
Maybe we believed so much in a family curse. We made it real.
Oh, so he decided he was gonna get out there and see the world, and the first thing he did was throw himself in front of a train. By accident.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Dude.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Oh, maybe it would be. Bloody hell. This
But I thought
family
you
is
should know about your
cursed as all
family.
hell. Oh, and we're riding to our baby, aren't we? Are we riding to our baby?
And
We're
the
riding to our
history you're a
baby.
part of.
Oh. What is that out there? And is that a... What is that? That looks like some type of ladder out there. Oof.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Oh. Yeah, that's definitely a little ladder out there. An island with a red blinking light on it. And what I'm guessing is a nearby bay or a town. I will say you could not pay me to live in this house. I mean, I love it. I love the idea of filling the place with lots of, like, traps
And when you
and,
look at the house,
you know,
that
creepy
history
shit,
of
but-
imagination and stubbornness and madness. Any
This
of it
place has
seems
bad
possible.
spirits. This place has bad spirits. Like, there is no amount of sage you could burn in this house to convince me to live in there. Bad spirits, right? I don't know. Would you live in this house, chat? Would you live in this house? Not a fan of shrines. I feel like...
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
I feel like once a place experiences a certain
What kind
amount
of family
death...
finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
I feel like once you've been surrounded by a certain amount of death, or once a place has had a certain amount of death in it,
It's
it almost
embarrassing
like
for me to admit this,
stains the location permanently.
but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
The Pet Cemetery. Pet Cemetery? Pet Cemetery. Stephen King, Pet Cemetery.
3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Burpee, Derpy, Derpy Jr. Chirpy, Burpy, Lurpy, Zerpy.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly Finch. Born 1937, died 1947 at 10 years old. Calvin Finch. Born 1950, died 1961, 11 years old. Sven Finch. Died born 1915, died 1964. Edie Finch. Born 1917, died 2010. Walter Finch. Born 1952, died 2005. And Barbara Finch, born 1944, died in 1960. Born on Halloween, died on Halloween? Oh, bloody hell.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Are you listening to the whispering? Died on birthday, that is devastating.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Oh, that's a buoy. That's a buoy that's put on lakes to show that there's like rubble under the sea, or there's like stuff that'll scratch the bottom of the boat. I used to know a fisherman. Really weirdly, Zanny Barbie moment again. I used to know a guy who's probably in his like mid-20s, late 20s now. Probably late 20s now, early 30s, who used to be a fisherman, and his thing was he would go out on the seas. He was part of a fishing crew, and one of the big nightmares that that they would have out there is that if the bottom of their boat got scraped, it would cost them literally tens of thousands and like put them out of work for like weeks. You're a Brit, of course you know a fisherman. Yeah, well, I mean, the underworld is right next to Great Britain. I spent a bit of time there.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Yeah, it could cost them up to like tens of thousands if it scratched up the bottom. Your resume must be crazy. I never did any work on the boat, mind you. I never did. I just knew a fisherman. It was just a friend of a friend.
There's so many things I wish I could.
But they were
ask
telling
my
me about
mom.
how expensive it was when the
Part
bottom
of
of
me
a boat got
thinks
scraped.
This is what she wanted all along.
Like, if there was a
For me to
leak or
come
something
back
like that, they were
someday.
fucked.
And find everything out for myself.
Because it wouldn't actually be the cost of the repairs that was the bad thing. It was the time that they'd have to spend waiting for it to be repaired, and they couldn't work while that was happening.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing,
Oh, no.
I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Okay, but like, I would not walk across this if I was 22 weeks pregnant. Oh, that's not that pregnant. I don't know. I feel like 22 weeks isn't that pregnant. I don't know. How many... I mean, that's only like, what? Like, 1 month, 2 months... Wait. 4, 8... 12... 16... 20... That's only like 5.5 months. Wait, that's over half pregnant. wait, it sounds less when you just say 22. Wait, that's kind of very pregnant. Wait, you're very pregnant. Wait, you're very pregnant. Not like super pregnant, but like very pregnant. You know, yeah.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
That's more pregnant than I'd like. That's more pregnant than I'd want you exerting yourself walking across like a branch like that or something like that. Why is it always said in weeks? It confused me. No, I had to do the math there. 22 sounds less than like 5.5 months pregnant. Because, you know, it's... Okay, it's like those parents that say, like, oh, how old's your baby? Or how old's your toddler? And they're like, oh, my toddler's like 68 weeks. And I'm like, or like, you know, 24 months. And I'm like, it's 2. Just say 2. Just say 2. Your kid's not a baby anymore. You can stop counting in fucking weeks and months. Your child's not a baby. My aunt, the one that refused to discipline her kid, was the exact same. Exact same. Still, like, said her kid's age in weeks and months until he was like 5. Oh, how old's your kid now? Oh, yeah, it's 48 weeks. I'm like, oh, 48 months. I'm like, that's 4. That's 4. That's like 4 and a bit. That's 4 and a bit years. Get over it. Get over it. Okay, it's not a baby anymore, okay? It's old enough to have an ASBO. Oh, what the hell? What the hell?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
A what now? An antisocial behavior order?
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Aww. Well, the only thing I want to shoot is this bag of potato chips. Oh.
What?
Hey, let me take a selfie.
It's too early, Dad.
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
There you go. We're taking lots of
Take
photos.
some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Oh. Oh, can we get the focus on the... Oh, come on. Get the focus right. Oh.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
This gives me, like, Life is Strange vibes. Oh. It's so real for that comparison, right? Goodness. I'm not actually sure what we're meant to be taking a photo of here. I feel like the island's the thing that, like, is telling us to take a photo of it, but it's not, like, popping. Get, like, a shot of the water, maybe? What are we meant to be taking photos of? The whole island's blurry. What are we meant to be? The birds? Oh. Okay, I'm done with this now, Father. Father, I've taken the pictures, Father. Father, I've taken the pictures. Maybe the skyline? Dad, how many more pictures do you want me to fucking take? The shrine? Wait, now it's... There we go. The daughter. I don't see the daughter. Aren't we... Haven't we taken the camera? Aren't we the daughter? Like, the camera doesn't clear up till we're in close. I'm trying to find what specifically we need to take a picture of, but, like, nothing seems to be popping. Bitch, just tell me what I need to take a photo of. Alright, chat, what am I actually meant to take a photo of? I'm letting you say one thing. I'm letting you say one thing with this. What am I actually meant to be taking a photo of? You can turn around. Oh, bitch, what the fuck?
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Oh.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving. Hey!
That's a keeper.
That was so unnecessary, my days.
I'm just saying.
That was so unnecessary.
You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
Yes,
You know who else
Father.
thought he was going to be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Yep.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish.
Ah.
How to build a fire.
Oh, oh.
Good eyes, Dawn.
There we go, nice.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Wait.
Dad, I...
Just
Oh,
breathe.
yeah.
Off your imagination. Focus on your target.
Brrrah. Yeah, brrrah. Brrrah. Alright, go on, go on. Go on.
Do I have to do this?
Yeah, do it.
Dawn, you
Do
don't
it.
have to do anything.
Do it. I'm
If you wanna
pressuring you.
survive, you need to be strong.
Yeah, I'm pressuring you. Do it. I'll do it.
Keep yourself squared up. Elbows down. Great shot, Dawn.
Oh, God, that live action shot. Oof. My child is crying. Let me take a picture.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Oh. She's bawling her eyes out next to the... Wait. Oh, gosh, I'm in control. Don't. This is
Dad,
more for me than for
it's
you.
Switching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so-
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about
Oh, fuck. You deserve that, prick. Oh.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
I'm sorry the words came out. I didn't have control of myself. The words came out. Listen, okay? I'm just saying, in my defense, there is a time and a place, okay? And, in my defense, I'm going to put that into the same bracket as parents who film their kids' tantrums or them having little breakdowns and post it on TikTok. I'm going to say that. When your kid's having an emotional moment and crying and shit, you don't need to have the camera rolling. He could have waited. That wouldn't have happened if he'd literally waited, kept the camera off, comforted his kid, and then taken a little picture with the animal. He could have waited. He could have waited a minute and not had her breakdown being filmed. He could have had that. He could have comforted his daughter, right? If he had waited, chosen to comfort her first, and then turned around and checked the buck would have literally actually moved, twitched, been alive, and he wouldn't have been stood next to the cliff and fallen off, right? If he'd chosen to comfort his daughter first. But he didn't. He prioritized getting the picture and trying to do this weird, like, male bonding ritual of shooing an animal with his daughter over checking that she was emotionally okay. And as a result, the buck turned around, flipped him off the cliff, and guess what? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. There is a fuck around to find out ratio. He fucked around, he found out. So true, King. Fair point. Fair. Yeah. Fair game. Honestly, if your kid's having a crying moment, if they're having a breakdown, put the camera away. It's real simple. You don't need to record
Sam
everything.
spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Hell yeah. Notice, right? Maybe that's a bit of an unfair take. But at the same time, it wouldn't have happened if he'd actually stopped to comfort his crying child instead of trying to get the picture.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
An airline ticket. Huh. That's crazy. Oh. With the ratio of kids dying in this family, I'm not surprised, right? Right? It's an interesting ratio. We're dealing with a fun little ratio, aren't we? We're dealing with an adorable, wonderful little ratio.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
You'd remember it. Well, that's the thing, though. He didn't really want to take the kid hunting for the kid. He wanted to take the kid hunting for himself. Like, that's... I don't... I'm going to say some very judgmental statements, so hold me close, Tiny Dancer. He wanted to take the kid hunting for himself, not because of the kid. There is no situation where needing to hunt and kill animals when his kid was very sensitive and clearly preferred to be like a bit more bookish would have been her make or break or her life or death. But he kept phrasing it as a you'll need this to survive or you'll need this, when in reality the time of needing to hunt animals to survive is somewhere that isn't about it. Gregory. Oh no. Oh, is this a bait? Oh, Bambino.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry.
Gus.
Yet.
1969 to 1982. Oh, let's just get the baby one out the way. Let's get the baby one out the way. Let's get the baby one out the way. Oh, let's get the baby one out the way. Let's just do it. Divorce contract, Sam Finch. Yeah, family law to certain sanctions, automatic. Oh, no. I wanted to read the divorce contract. I wanted to see who was getting fucked over in the divorce. Okay, so Kay, Carla, and Sam Finch.
Dear Kay.
Oh.
Do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone?
Gregory.
Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Oh, this is the bathtub scene. Oh, this is the copyrighted music. Let me just go to the... Do that real quick. Yeah.
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Rub-a-dub-dub. Rub-a-dub-dub. Yeah. Look at my froggy. Look at my froggy. Yeah. Oh, Froggy. Wait, come. Oh, he's swimming. Wait, Froggy, come back. Oh, look at Froggy. Oh, he's drifting.
Time's over, Gregory. It's time to...
No, Ma?
Hold on, sweetie.
All right, all right, Ma, give me a sec.
Hello?
Oh, but Froggy.
Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
Oh, I'm controlling Froggy.
I wonder what he saw.
Oh.
What his world was like.
Oh, rubber duckies. I love rubber duckies. When I get my own place, I'm going to have rubber duckies. Yum.
Reminded me so much of Calvin.
Oh.
Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw.
Look at the backflips. Oh, I'm hitting the backflips. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. Oh, do you think we can... Oh, we can bounce up to here.
It sure made him happy.
Oh, hey, a whale. Ah. What are we meant to do with the whale? Oh, this is adorable. What is that? There are letters here. Spider? Oh, here we go. Oh, we flipped the whale. Oh, the whale's joined us. Oh, it's a... Oh!
I know how silly it sounds.
Oh, it's soap. We got soap. Okay. Oh, this is cute. Okay. So can we bounce on this again with the soap?
Being too happy.
What about...
But I could feel him slipping away.
Oh?
Sorry about that, Gregory.
Hey, mama.
I know you did everything you could.
Oh. Well, don't drain the tub. I was having fun in here.
I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on,
I was having fun in here. Alright, let me turn the tub back on. Yeah.
I wish you could have told
There
us
we go. Alright,
about
and
the
then...
role we saw.
Oh, wait. Can we turn it off? Oh, no. Oh. Realization of my actions. Realization of my actions immediately after I've done it. Oh, no.
About Gregory. About everything.
I am suddenly and violently reminded that my actions have consequences.
But I know what happened wasn't her fault.
We can pull the plug, right? We can pull the plug real quick. We can...
I'm sure he's happy.
Oh, wait.
And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay.
So...
Love, Sam.
I think we can all agree that I am in no part at fault for this, and this is 100% the mother's fault. Right? Yeah, I'm not at fault. This is the mother's fault. A poem for Gus.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Oh, a kite. Ooh, okay, I like this. Ooh, hey, more words.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Oh, Gus, I know that feeling. Don't worry, some weddings aren't worth going to.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Oh, well, come on. Like, step families are always... Oh, there's always a lot of teething pains when the step families thing happens. Like, remarriages are always... There's always a lot of teething pains there. It's almost a guarantee. You know, it's more unusual for there not to be teething pains than there are to, you know... Here.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Good work, Gus. Good on you. Good on you. Stand your ground, my good sir. You don't need a stepmother. I believe in you.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Gus lost his little brother because of his mom, and then father got remarried. I'd be pissed too. Right? Oh, bish, it's raining. If the kite is about to get struck by lightning, I swear to God.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. Thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, make the music louder.
Oh no, what a stupid, stupid man. What a stupid, stupid man.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Okay, shout out
She never
Gus's
talked about
mohawk.
him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. You know, I'm beginning to think that maybe this isn't a case of, like... Maybe it's not a family curse. Maybe the family curse is just neglectful parenting. You know...
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
You know, my toxic take is that maybe there's not a family curse. Maybe
At
it's
the
just
time,
repeated
it was as far
neglectful
away as she could
parenting. Rock climbing all while pregnant.
She spent a summer building houses
Hey, I
in
mean, she's
Calcutta,
staying
where
active.
she met my dad, Sanjay.
Oh, cute. 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 They make a cute couple. They make a cute couple. Fly to India. 10 ways to teach critical thinking. The whole family could do with this book. The whole family.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English.
Get the G
Lewis
word
was
on a
born a year
VTuber stream.
later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Milton, Lewis, Edith.
The
Oh,
house
they
had to
their
get a
own
little
little
bigger, but
allotments.
Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal, but it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
What? Wait, he got a castle? Oh. And these are the safety rails? Matt. Oh, Milton, 1992.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
They blame the curse instead of looking inwards and the cycle continues. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. There is not enough self-reflection going on here. Not enough in the slightest. Ooh, ooh. Up we go. Milton. Oh, at least we get to find out what happened to
Milton
Milton now.
Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Ooh, ooh. Hey! Achoo. Oh, cute! Oh, look at that! That's cute! Okay, the painting. You're making something? Made the door. Open the door. Shut the door. Cute. Okay, little like flip note animation. That's cute. Is
I
that
was
it?
4 when Milton disappeared.
Oh wow, we never actually... We don't find out what happened to Milton. We literally just get an... Oh. Oh, that's so unresolved. Oh. Oh, no, no, no. They're not letting us have any resolution with
Mom
what happened to
spent months searching
Milton.
for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Oh, dear. That was just a and the story's over. That's... That is rough.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Milton's actually Banksy.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Oh. He just was gone. That's so sad. I don't know. I'm someone who really likes resolution. I'm someone who really, really likes resolution. I will always want my story to end on a question mark rather than
Lewis's room
an
smelled
ellipses, you know?
very familiar. That part of him lived on.
At least a question mark gives a level of closure, and ellipses is just waiting for the next thing to be
Lewis
said, you
and I
know?
spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
How long is she pregnant? 22 weeks.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Okay,
Newly
blood.
sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery.
The knife goes in, the guts come out.
But he withdrew part of himself.
That's right.
In our sessions, I saw the same behavior.
Knife goes in, guts
His
come
mind
out.
began to...
Knife goes in, guts come out. Knife goes in, guts come out. What is that? Give me that. What? Give me whatever that is. Oh. Oh,
I
knife
asked him
goes
to
in,
describe it.
guts come out.
He said he started small,
Knife goes in, guts come out.
imagining a labyrinth.
Oh.
He'd
And then
feel
he's a
his way about.
superhero. Oh. Oh. We're getting distracted while dealing with a
Then
saw blade.
something
That's
moved.
not a good idea.
Bats. And toads.
Oh.
And things that have not names.
Oh, this guy's like me when I tried to be
He
normal.
knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously.
Ah. I tried to be
hoped he'd
normal
find
once.
himself.
Didn't work for me. My imagination got too far in the way. Oh.
But he found something more.
Oh, my dude's moved to 3D. What
I
the
worried
hell?
about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery.
Let the man daydream at the cannery, Mike.
I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee.
Yeah, no.
Methodical, tireless, focused.
Yeah, no. The guy is doing good. Let him daydream if
like
he's...
a whole new Lewis.
If he's doing his thing and he's enjoying his imagination while at work, there's like no problem in that in my mind. Like,
I even encouraged him.
Yeah, no, like this
It seemed very promising at first.
Don't get me wrong, where it goes from here is a big
He
question
told
mark,
me he'd
but...
made a new friend.
Okay, now we're getting concerned with the dog. Now he's saying that things in his imagination are real. Now we need to start getting
On the
worried.
edge of a city he named Lewis-topia.
Okay, now we need to start getting
He
worried.
built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
Now we need to start getting worried. Now this
Then
is
he
this
made
is
musicians.
the... Yeah, no, now we're in the cause for concern. Now this is literal dissociation. Like now we're not doing good. Now it's getting worse. Like don't get me wrong, I used to love like imagining stuff while I did monotonous stuff. You know, that was how I would write my D&D campaigns. How I'd imagine things. You know. Now we're getting fully into a bad place. Now this is not a good place.
Humming something.
Now this is turning into...
Every day his imagination grew stronger.
Okay. Now we've gone from having an imagination so you can picture something else while working to,
He no longer spoke at the cannery.
Yeah.
But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet,
We're not real?
were all in his imagination.
Yeah.
So he could do whatever he wished.
Haha.
He held an election for mayor.
Oh.
And he won.
Oh, that's lovely. Now I'm getting a little bit
They begged him
concerned.
to stay, but his mind was already wandering.
Oh dear.
It became a game for him.
Oh, good lord. I hate that I understand all of this,
Conquer
though.
a city, then immediately push on.
He's Alexander the Great.
New Louisville.
He is the greatest boy kisser of all time. He is Alexander the Great.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
He started drifting away from our reality.
Oh, steady on the galleon. Oh.
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
beautiful prince.
Beautiful prince.
See, this went from...
The prince was on his own quest for...
See, this went from, okay, at least he's managing to channel something into a somewhat positive manner, into this is becoming maladaptive daydreaming, into this is now becoming a cause for concern, into this is a big problem.
Sinister serpents. He followed the sound of his...
Oh. His silver harp, let's go.
silver harp.
Okay, but my guy's daydreaming the entirety of Game of Thrones. Let's go.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Okay, my guy needs to, like...
Even then, his logic remained sound.
Quit your job at the cannery and become a writer, my guy.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Oh. Wait. Bro needed to just become a writer. What?
But he was so proud of having created it.
Hey.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
He'd become a god. Look at this.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Oh no. Oh, as a creative, I hate this. Oh, I feel this. As a creative, I feel this. Oh no.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
I mean, look at my dude's tattoos as well. He looks so good. He looks so good. He is the hero of this story.
He began to forget the world we know.
As a therapist, I find she's slightly irresponsible by not challenging his delusions in some way.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Oh, and Luna, this is hard. Thank you for the super. This is hard because I dissociate myself to write as well. It kind of scares me how it can make people feel so real in that world. That's the thing, being able to like fully connect to fiction and disconnect from reality is something that goes a long way into helping with art and things you create. And I know that firsthand. I know that firsthand from some of the things that I've created over the years that...
I still thought I could save him.
You know, the reason I'm in this position now in my life, Loon, and like...
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
I feel it. Like there's a certain level of like almost poison to what you have to.
The palace.
To the way you can approach things if it's done
companions.
wrong. Look at this. Sheep pile. Everyone wants a sheep pile. They're more than welcome. Look at this. Look at this. This guy's imagination is electrifying, though. Like I'm feeling. Happy, sad, like I'm happy this guy's got this imagination he does, but I'm sad that this is what it's come to, like... What's sheep pile? Sheep pile is what my little sheep demons, my netherling sheeps do. Whenever there's something sad going on, we sheep pile. It's we jump into a bundle of fluff. All the sheepies pile up.
His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
No, that's the cannery. Oh, no, I see it. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit, oh, fuck. That's the bit that chops off the fish's head. Oh, fuck me.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oh, bloody hell.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
I'm sorry, that therapist is low-key like, what? Oh, hey. Let's get out of here. This is not a place I want to stay. Let's get Oh, let's go. I don't know. Is there anything else in there we need to see? Oh, I feel bad for everyone involved in that scenario. I feel bad for it, you know? Like, it... Oh, there's the exit. Like... Well, it's literally like, what was he meant to do? He can't kill his imagination. He could regulate it, but...
Funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Expect the cannery.
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Oh, and that's what broke everyone. Oh, Lewis is what caused everyone to leave. Oh.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
She just, she couldn't, she just fell apart.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
I mean, yeah, we could see that.
Maybe you should have come sooner.
Edith. I know this is going to sound...
But it had to end one way or another.
I know this is going to sound strange, but part of me is kind of glad that in his last moments he was in his little fantasy instead of in the real world, you know?
All that's left now was to tell you about that last night.
Like, it felt like the die had kind of been cast for him over a long period of time. You know? Edith Finch.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Yeah, no, Edie kind of holds the record compared to the family.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
Oh.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
I feel like you're displacing things slightly there, Mother.
Home, send a van for you in the morning.
Nursing home, bitch. You're not putting Grandma in a nursing home.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
No, don't put Grandma in a nursing home.
was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
She lived 90 years, let her stay in her house.
There'd been an
Right!
earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
You know, I always say to Motherbrand, be
God,
nice to me. I decide what
smelled
nursing home you go
awful.
into, but
You know,
didn't mean it that seriously.
I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
Where are we?
I started seeing things.
What the hell? Grandma?
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
What?
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends.
Bed?
That night, a lot of things came back to me.
What?
Or maybe I came back to them.
Oh, I feel like we're about to be hit with an emotional gut punch. Can you feel it? Can you feel it winding up for the emotional gut punch? Pushing away family and calling it the reason that your response way bigger than facts.
Explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
Oh.
It's mine. Edith.
Ah.
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
Mother. Give me.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
No. Okay, the
Next
mother's
morning,
clearly
I
going
came
through
to
grief.
pick her up, but she was already gone.
The mother's clearly going through
After
grief
that,
and
we
she's
moved around a
displacing the
lot.
blame as a way to try and cope. When...
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
This family doesn't need a curse, it needs a therapist.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Yeah, no, I think that's the big thing here. No one here has learnt from their mistakes, really.
She got better for a while.
And then everyone
And
just
then
chooses to play
she
the
did.
blame game.
And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things.
Oh.
But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
Milton could still be...
Appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Ooh. Wait, am I... Oh, wait, what?
This journal was supposed to be for you.
Oh, am I... Wait, am I being evacuated of the
You'll never see
womb?
it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself.
Are we experiencing the miracle of childbirth?
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Hello?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it.
Oh, we
It's a lot
died
to ask,
during childbirth.
But I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
A Story by Giant Sparrow for 𝓱𝓸𝓼𝓽, 1948 to 2013. Okay, at least she got some time with her kid. 7 years, but it's crazy how she knew that she would die before he was an adult. See, that is... that is a hell of a thing. That is a hell of a thing. Alright, I think we're gonna have to go into some analysis for this. I think we have to lean in for my take. I think that we're going to have to lean in on my take for some analysis here, because I was picking up things as we went along. I was picking up little things. I mean, heck, that is a lot. And of course, 𝓂𝓸𝓾𝓻, thank you for the 4 months. Now that's done, the devs have another game which sort of explains what happened to Milton. Is that the unfinished Swan game? Because that was actually sold to me in a bundle. I just don't have perms for the unfinished Swan. But hell yeah. Hell yeah. Milton spin-off. Bloody hell, there's a lot to unpack from that, you know? Zanalysis would be a good palate cleanser. I fully agree that Zanalysis would be a great palate cleanser. Fully agree. Fully agree. And Alligator, thank you for the 5 months, and of course, thank you for playing this masterpiece. Excited for this analysis. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright. What we'll do is we'll give it a second, and then we'll wait for like we'll wait for the little credit section to wrap. Or actually no, what I'll do is we'll wait for the little credit section to wrap, and then we will then we'll slide over to this analysis, you know? I think that's probably the best thing to do, because heck, it feels like there is a lot for us to unpack during this, a lot of stuff that happened, a lot of things that well, just a lot of things that we need to cover, like piece by piece by piece by piece by piece, and there's a lot on this one. There's a lot on this one. So what do you say we head on over, you know? Let's go. Oh, goodness. Hey, here we go. Alright, here we go. Alright, so... was there a Finch that I felt for? I think I felt for all of them in one way or another. I think... to be honest, I think well, how do I put it? I felt for probably Lewis the most. It's kind of heartbreaking what happened to him. From the way it's presented to the way the entire execution happened, it was wonderful. You know, the fact that Lewis, it showed the journey of him isolating himself as his mind began to wander, and then sort of just steadily wanting more out of life, but also at the same time being trapped in mundanity is so interesting. You know, he built cities, was crowned one thing or another, and in the end he couldn't escape the real world and its constant like infringing bleakness on him, which it was better to cut off the real world in his mind and just sort of hope that whatever was on the other side was better than what reality held, you know, was closer to his imagination. Amelia, thank you for this. Thank you for playing this game, one of my all-time favorites. And please take care of yourself, Zanny and Netherlings. Eat something sweet. Heck yes. Heck yes. Heck yes. Heck yes. It's a huge thing. Also, you know, I think just going through like person to person, Barbara was also a very, very interesting story. I mean, Barbara's story was incredible. The creepy narration, the whole oversight of things. I think that, what can I say? I think that the idea of losing your best years very, very young was crazy. The idea that, you know, when you find yourself in the sort of film and creative industry, that when you're seen as like this incredible, this huge popular thing at a young age, and then everything afterwards is just downhill is insane. You know, the possibilities there are just endless with what happened to her. But the idea that the idea that we never actually got a real story on how Barbara died, all we know is that there was screaming and that she might have been murdered, which is wild. The fact that her ear was the only thing that was left. You know, yeah, people are saying Walter in the chat as well. People are saying Walter in the chat. Yeah, no. Well, she was murdered. Yeah, but we don't know how the story ended with that, you know? Like, we don't know what the circumstances of that were. You know? That's what I'm saying. Walter was just terribly tragic, you know? The fact that he, again, it's a case of isolation. He isolated himself. I think that's one of the key... I think isolation is probably one of the key themes that runs throughout the entirety of this story. That every single member of the family, barring the children, or at least barring, I believe it was Gregory, isolated themselves in one way or another, which is huge, you know? I think that was probably one of the largest things there. You know, whether it was the fact that Molly ended up being isolated by her mother and ending up sort of being poisoned and hallucinating these like strange happenings, you know, it before dying, whether it was I have like a list of the names up in front of me, whether it was like Calvin, who, you know, I mean, whether it was Calvin who wanted to like get away and fly away from things and like escape from the world that was around him, whether it was that he wanted something better, you know, it was about flying away. It was about being away. That was like a key thing with Calvin. And of course, you know, that was the thing that eventually pushed him to think he could fly. And that's what led him over the cliff, you know. Barbara feeling isolated after her best years were behind her as like one of these little like scream princesses during the golden age of film was a huge thing. You know, Walter choosing to isolate himself underneath the house as a way to get over the things that had happened to him, you know, after Barbara had died. Him choosing to hide himself away for 30 years before eventually stepping outside and immediately being just hit by a train is incredible, you know. But, you know, I think that maybe Sam's is probably the one that... I feel like Sam's, the guy who was thrown over the edge of the cliff by the buck, also shows a level of isolation in the way it's written. You know, he was a very masculine, stereotypically masculine guy. He wanted some way to relate with his bookish daughter, with the one who was, you know, more on the quiet side. He wanted a way to relate with his child, and as a result, it's what pushed him to act very, very stupidly. And in the end, that was what caused his death. He tried to, I guess, steamroll, bulldoze having good memories and a positive relationship with with her that was entirely on his own terms. I think that's the best way to describe it, really. He tried to bulldoze having a relationship with her that was 1,000,000% on his own terms, you know? He didn't attempt to sort of get into the books or, you know, engage with her on an emotional level. It was all this very, very hyper, again, I'm using kind of sweeping terms here, but, you know, this very hyper masculinized idea of like hunting, this thing of you need to survive, this survivalism, this very us versus nature, us versus them, us versus the world mentality, which, you know, I feel like might have worked under very, very, very specific circumstances, but it felt like it was the approach that, may have worked for a child that was interested in that, but it felt like he was almost trying to mold his daughter in some way to be very specifically tailored to what he wanted to engage with her on, which I think, you know, in its own way, it could have been his own isolation and not feeling like he was able to relate to others that could have driven that. Gregory was just a fucking shame. Gregory was just a fucking crying shame. The fact that there was the bathtub incident. But, you know, the imagination sequence was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. He did have a lot of... Yeah, he also had a lot of military stuff in his room, I believe, as well as medals. So maybe we could also tack on to that the back, you know, sort of jumping backwards to Sam again. We could tie it back into sort of the soldier returning home loneliness, which is very, very common. You know, it's something that's very, very common. It could even be that kind of was how he was able to relate to other people at that point, because all of his pictures, if I remember correctly in the room, were him with hunting buddies, him with people who were going out, sort of hunting buddies, military buddies. It could be that was his way of dealing with the isolation. The only way he could relate was in that hunting, military, survivalist context, you know? Yeah, a bit of PTSD. Exactly, a sprinkling of PTSD, you know? A sprinkling of sort of poorly adapting back to civilian life. You know, it's not the first time we've seen it presented in a game that's sort of this tone. Yeah, no, simple as. Milton was very ambiguous. I don't want to comment on Milton until I touch the unfinished Swan, because I feel like there is context there that might necessarily color how I see this and how I move to this. I think that the fact that we never actually get any real closure for Milton was perfect. I think that not all the family needed closure, and I think that Milton is probably one of the ones that will stick with me. He was just he was like the flip book of him going into the painting and then disappearing just one day, door closed, gone. It was a beautiful way of just saying that sometimes there is not going to be closure. Sometimes there's just not going to be closure. You know, and that's just sad, you know. I think Edie and Dawn were also two very, very sad answers. Edie was isolated and kind of abandoned by her daughter with that, you know, and at the same time, I feel like Edie leaned on the family curse and enabled it and passed on the stories. Even though telling those stories of misery and destruction and sadness was something that were almost perpetuating this idea that there was a curse, and perhaps even giving the future generations a predilection towards these sad endings because of the assumption of a curse. I think it was almost Edie's way to stay connected to those that she'd lost at that point, where by perpetuating these stories, these sad stories, crushed by a dragon, killed, you know, having these stories, these bleak narratives to hold on to and pass on and retell was her way of staying connected to those she'd lost, because her coping mechanism was literally like storytelling. You know, Edie was trying her damnedest at a certain point, and let's not forget, she lived to 90. She got to see everyone in the family die, one after another, after another, after another. The amount of children that she saw pass, and the one way that she was able to, Edie's way of getting closure, exactly, the one way she could keep their memory alive in some way, was by passing on these stories. Because let's not forget, I think that the metaphor of Dawn closing the doors and filling them with cork and locking them off, and Edie drilling peepholes in them is a perfect perfect analogy of the relationship between the two. Dawn wanted to close off the past, draw a line under it, seal things up and say it's done, and Edie kept drilling holes and poking things back through. She couldn't leave the past be. Edie could never leave the past be. She could never let things be closed off and sealed, because that would have meant the stories had an ending. Whereas all Dawn wanted was to bury it, close it, lock it off, and just leave it. And, I mean, that just sums it up. And in the end, you know, Edie's inability to let go of the past and Dawn's total refusal to engage with it created the rift between the two. Yeah, no, I think that's probably the best way to sum it up. And then, of course, we've got Edith Finch, our protagonist, who, in the end, I'm glad she got to spend some time with her child before she died. But heck, it's sad. It's sad, you know. And well, what's in front of me says that Edith was just 18 when she died, which, fucking hell, that's just such a... At least she made it to adulthood. Fuck, you know. You can't blame any of them for how they deal with trauma, but what you can do is hope that all the negativity, all of the sorrow and trauma in that family might have died with Edith, but you can't be sure. At some point there's just so much buried on layers and layers and layers of generational trauma that has just been passed from one to the next that the only thing you can do is hope that there's a clean slate at some point. Do I think there was a generational curse or a pattern they created themselves? I think the generational curse was the pattern. I think the generational curse was the trauma that they had inflicted upon themselves and one another. I think that's the best way to describe it. I think that it was a confirmation bias. That's a perfect word. Confirmation bias. I think the generational curse was a confirmation bias. I think that something bad had happened to one or two or three or however many. But I think that they'd started deciding that there was a generational curse, and then suddenly it allowed them to almost be a touch neglectful at times, and perhaps redirect responsibility for their actions, or perhaps even just lose touch with reality around them a little bit. To a certain degree, I think there was almost a sense that the entire Finch family allowed themselves to live in a bubble to a certain degree. I think they actually did allow themselves to become slightly disconnected from the real world. It was almost as if, from the way the house was, from the way the people interacted, from the way they presented themselves, it felt like the family had isolated themselves to deliberately live in a world that was somewhat separated from reality and actually played by its own rules. Their whole home was isolated, so they didn't have to interact with the outside. The way they'd constructed their house was extremely segmented, so they could only interact with the parts that they needed to. And there was so much that was so heavy there. They tried their hardest to avoid any real reflection or like what's the word? Any real reflection or any sort of processing. They avoided the grieving process like it was the plague. And of course, Loon, thank you again for the 1 month. Grieving is very complex and brings out the worst in people sometimes, and it poisons one's psyche and makes them either bitter or learn from it. Exactly. I think that Edith and Dawn, Edie and Dawn are complete opposites of the wrong way to go about the grieving process. Edie kept trying to keep things alive and force people's memories to live on through hyperfixating almost on them, whereas Dawn was in complete, I don't even want to say denial. She wanted all of their deaths to exist in a blind spot where things were sealed off and not spoken about. And I think that there is a middle ground between keeping someone's memories alive and sealing and knowing and sort of just denying and blind spotting everything that they had to do with them. That is where the healthy section of grieving lies. You know, as someone who has been through the grieving process, there needs to be that point where you say, yes, this has happened. Yes, I feel it. Yes, I want to keep this person's memory alive, and I'm going to speak about them when the time is done. But, you know, I think that it's probably the best way to sum it up. I don't think that most of them were already dead during childhood. That's the thing. I think that they didn't necessarily have to be alive for Dawn to sort of carry that sort of denial and trauma of it. She'd lived among the dead, essentially. That house was full of the dead, and that she'd just spent her life living among it, you know? I'm not saying that the deaths themselves were there, but I'm saying the culture that she was brought up in was one that was almost had a certain like reverence that Edie had installed that oh yes, we're cursed and we're surrounded by the rooms of our dead family members constantly. It had become part of the culture at that point, you know? It was essentially just like living to like re-traumatize yourself to a certain degree, you know? Not to mention all the pet graves. Exactly, you know? Like it's there. That's probably my best way to sum it up, you know? The pet graves, yeah. But that is just my takeaway. That's just my little takeaway from this analysis. But thank you all for coming out to tonight's stream. I hope that you did have a wonderful time. And of course, you enjoyed What Remains of Edith Finch. I will be back tomorrow doing our stream at this regular time, so the later time slot. And I'll be swinging by Rizar's stream in the morning. So until the next, I have been Zander Netherbrand. You have been my dear sweet Netherlings. And I'm going to go have a nap. So until the next. Bye-bye for now. Mwah. Sleep tight.